Alright, welcome everybody back to the channel. My name is Nathan ELEMENTofFROST, and we're doing something a little bit differently here today, everybody. That is right. We are on our computer doing the whole monitor capture thing. We've done it a couple times now. One, reacting to some of my videos, and two, essentially just showing you guys my Steam profile and, all the games that I have and stuff like that, right? So, we're back here to do it again, okay? I didn't know really what to bring you today. I wasn't sure in terms of games or anything like that. Now, I am going to be recording some game videos and everything like that later today. I've also wanted to let you guys know that I am down for playing Flash games on the websites. So if you guys have any things you guys want me to play, maybe like Happy Wheels or, something like that, let me know. This is Twitter, by the way, if you guys didn't know. That's why you see so many random pictures and stuff. But anywho, we're going to be playing Would You Rather, okay? So we're doing it a bit differently this time. We're actually going to show you guys the website. And the reason why is because a lot of you people have asked for Would You Rather, but you want to actually see the percentage of people who agree with me or disagree with me, whatever. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through, we're going to do a few questions. Usually how I do Would You Rather is I explain my reasoning for, picking the answer that I pick and, stuff like that. Usually I do it over gameplay, but this time, like I said, I'm showing you guys the actual website. So it's a little bit different now. It's either.io. Link will be in the description below if you guys want to check that out. But this used to be like the whole page, which is what I sort of thought, it was before, but, or it was still rather, but I guess they changed it up a little bit, added some advertisements, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do, in order to keep the site alive, you gotta make money. I totally understand that. I'm totally down for it. We're just gonna pause that. And, yeah, let's get into it. So we already answered this question probably in the last episode of Would You Rather, which was a while back, but go check it out if you want to, right? So let's move on to the next question. Hopefully they've added some more, I hope. Would you rather see how or what civilization, or what created civilization, rather, see how or what created civilization, or see or how what ends civilization? I think, personally, it would be cool to see what ends civilization. You know what I mean? Now, if it was a nuke, going off, then that would probably not be the best answer to go with, because the objective here is to survive. But, if it was like a disease outbreak or, something like that ended civilization, there was some sort of apocalypse or, something like that. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. You know what I mean? That would be a big event in history. And as far as what created civilization, I mean, that was a long-ass time ago in terms of humans. But civilization, even before humans existed, you know what I mean? Technically, there was a civilization with, like, dinosaurs and, all that stuff. So we're going to go with what ends civilization. That's what I think would be more interesting to me. And it looks like the majority of the people agree with me. So 54% of the people agree with me. And 46% of the people just don't want to risk dying, I suppose. So I don't blame them, but I agree with, this. So let's go into the question number 2, rather. Would you rather watch Are You Afraid of the Dark or read Goosebumps? Me, personally, I was a big fan of both, as a kid. I don't know if you guys know what the shows are. This is actually a book and a show. I believe this is a book, too. I'm not too sure if they made those. I believe they did, but I didn't read Afraid of the Dark books. I sort of just watched the television show, the kids show. Both were, like I said, I was a pretty big fan of both. I liked them both, a lot. But me, personally, I would rather read Goosebumps. That's just my reasoning. You know what I mean? There's no other way to put it. I would just rather read Goosebumps than, watch TV. So, then again, I have a lot of TV on my plate nowadays, so maybe that's why I would prefer reading. I don't know. Anyway. Would you rather return a punt in an NFL game or spend 90 seconds in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime? Not a huge fan of football. I am a fan of, like, boxing and MMA and fighting and everything like that. So, I mean, what I would think I would probably go with that's most relatable to me would be this, but it's Mike Tyson in his prime. No one really wants to fuck with Mike Tyson in his prime. That's what I thought. Okay. We're gonna go on with what is this, number 4? Fuck, I always lose count, man. I have no idea. Feel like a champion? You're fucking right, I do. That's pretty sweet ad. I like that. I'm a big fan of WWE, so that's pretty cool. Would you rather be named rather after a car or be named after produce, vegetables, or fruits? Whatever. I think it would be much better to be named after a car. Like, I could just imagine someone naming their kid like Hyundai, you know what I mean, or something like that. Or are we talking about the make of the car? Are we talking about the branding, like who produces the car, the companies, or are we talking about the make of the car? That's the real question here. So, I mean, I don't know if it would be cool to be named Volkswagen. I don't really think that it would, but Mustang or, something like that. There's a lot of common names out there that are actually cars. So, I would go with named after a car. I think that would be definitely cool. And again, lots of people agree with me, 81% to 19%. So, you guys can read the number there as well. That's the number of people who actually voted. And, yeah. Okay, so would you rather drive a smart car or drive a Lamborghini and fill up 4 times a week? Okay, so this is when it comes down to, do you want to drive a car and look like an idiot, but be good for the environment, and, possibly stop, like, the next, nuclear apocalypse and just global warming in general, and just, save the actual Earth so that we all don't die in a fiery blaze of glory down the road? Or would you rather drive a Lamborghini, look like a douchebag, and spend a shit ton of money on gas? Well, I'm not too sane, you know what I mean? So everything leans to me going with this. But at the same time, it'd be beneficial to the environment. We wouldn't all, die and everything like that later down the road. So the smart choice would be go with a smart car, which is what I am going to go with. But I would not drive a smart car. I would not drive a Lamborghini. I would drive some sort of a crossover, like, van type car type thing, like a Hyundai Tucson, or a Tucson rather, and, something like that. Something like that. I think that's honestly my kind of car. You know what I mean? You can call me a family man, whatever. Okay? I just like the whole crossover thing. You know what I mean? It's not really, really hard on gas and, super fast, whatever. It's something that'll get me around. I'm just a big fan, you know what I mean? So 55% of the people disagree with me. So that's that. All right, you guys go kill yourselves. Cool. Would you rather be able to travel at light speed or be able to read minds? Okay, well, I would rather be the Flash, personally. Be able to travel at light speed. I think that would be definitely the best option here to go with. I'm not going to reason why I don't want to read minds. I just, I don't think that would be fun. You know what I mean? I guess it would be useful once in a while to maybe, like, stop an attack or, maybe win a bet or, anything like that. I have no idea. You know what I mean? I have no idea. If you're playing video games, maybe you could read their minds, know where they're going to go or whatever in the game of COD or whatever the hell you're playing. Battlefield, whatever. I would rather be the Flash, me personally. Just saying. Okay, and people, 64% of the... Did I read that wrong? Be able to travel at light speed. Well, I mean... The Flash is, like, faster than light speed, so... Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know why people Okay, whatever. We're not going to go into it. I would rather be the Flash. That's just my personal opinion. Would you rather have gravity shut off for one day or have everyone around you go insane and want to kill you? Well, that wouldn't really be too fun. Have everyone around you go insane and want to kill you. Okay, so for starters, have gravity shut off for a day. That wouldn't be the most horrible thing. I mean, it would be horrible if you were outside and you just went floating off into outer space, but if you stayed inside your house, I guess your house could float, right? But at the same time, that would be foundation to the ground and everything like that. So you'd be good. You know what I mean? Stay inside your house. And I pretty much do that anyways. So I would rather have gravity shut off for one day. I think that's kind of a no-brainer. Because there's a time key here. Keyword, 1 day. There's no 1 day here. So if anybody went insane and wanted to kill you, I guess they would be wanting to kill you for the rest of their life. And that would not be, okay for you. You know what I mean? I have no idea what kind of a question is that. Have gravity shut off for 1 day. I'm just going to keep my ass inside like I normally do. All right, so, yeah, I'd be fine. You know what I mean? Bolt down everything in the house. We'll be good. We'll be golden. Would you rather have to drink a pink... What? Have to drive, rather. Okay. A pink moped for the next 2 years. Or wrestle an alligator one time. Okay, so... I think I would rather drive a pink moped. But at the same time, do I actually have to drive? Can I just leave it in my house and, like, just walk? You know what I mean? Can I get out of that somehow? Or do I actually, like, do I get glued to the seat and I have to use that as my method of transportation? Like, I don't think it's necessary to have to drive everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't even have a car now. And I get around just fine. I mean, I don't really leave my house ever, but I do. You know what I mean? I do get around. So, yeah, I don't think wrestling an alligator one time would be a very smart idea, because that one time would be probably your final time. And no, I'm not just talking about your final time to wrestle an alligator. If you survive the attack, I guarantee you would never wrestle an alligator again. But what I'm saying is, you know, if you wrestled that alligator one time, I guarantee you won't have a head off. You won't have a head left, rather. So I would rather go with this option. I mean, that would be okay, yeah, I don't know why that's so close. Why is that so close? 46% of the people disagree with me and want to wrestle a fucking alligator. Why is that so close? You guys have a death wish or something? I have no idea. Alright, let's get into it. Would you rather only be able to teleport to places you've already been, or only be able to teleport to places you've never been before? That's a good question, but at the same time, again, it's sort of a no-brainer, right? I mean, eventually you're going to run out of places to teleport. You know what I mean? So, it would suck, you know, not to teleport to home or anything like that. I mean, I guess you could probably still walk home. You just can't teleport there, right? But at the same time, I don't know. I think it would be definitely cool to teleport to places that you have already been rather than places you've never been before. Because if you teleport to Europe, you know, or something like that, you've never been to Europe, whatever. If I teleport to Europe, and then I want to teleport back home, how the fuck do I get back home? Because I can't teleport to places I've already been, right? So, yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me. You know what I mean? If I want to take a plane to Europe, you know, I'll do it. And then that place is now a teleport location, right? I can totally teleport back there if I'm, you know, using it. I've already been there, right? So I can teleport home, I can teleport to Europe, everything like that. And plus, with my ability to teleport, I feel like I would make a lot of money just for having that ability, you know what I mean? So I think that I'd be able to, like, buy some sort of a gold pass for airplanes and, you know, the airport, stuff like that. So I'd be able to fly everywhere in the fucking world. And then I'd technically be everywhere, so I'd be able to teleport there. You know what I mean? So I think that's definitely where I would like to go. You know what I mean? So if I went to Europe, now I'd have the ability to teleport there, so I'd teleport home, then teleport back to Europe, everything like that. Just, you know, sort of get locations around the world and be able to teleport whenever I wanted to. And then be able to go home whenever I wanted to. So, again, that's sort of a no-brainer to me, but apparently 38% of the people didn't really think like that. You would get a lot of money, you know what I mean? And you would use that money to use, you know, airplanes to go, I guess, put down your locations, right? So you could teleport back there. I don't know. That's my thought on it, right? So, how long have we been recording for? 14 minutes. Okay, we can go a little longer. Would you rather date someone who always looks 12 or date someone who always looks 80? Okay, so you're either a pedophile or you're dating your grandmother. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Now, See, one of these answers makes me sound like a creep, and the other one just makes me sound like straight up weird that I would want to date my grandmother. But at the same time, you know what I mean? If you're dating somebody old, there's no question about it, right? They're old as fuck, right? You know what I mean? Like there's no 20-year-old that looks 80 in the world. Unless we're talking about a really, really serious condition, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I guess there are people out there that have some of those disorders, but then again, there's also some people out there that have the disorders to make them look 12, right? So, In terms of height, what would go in terms of height? Now, the kids these days, I mean, they're pretty fucking tall at like 10 years old. You know what I mean? Most of them are taller than me, and that's I don't know what the fuck's going on these days, man. But they're taking some roids or something. So I think height is sort of irrelevant at this point. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I feel like the wrinkles would like turn me off if it was. This is conversation's getting way too weird. Okay, it's not date someone who is 12 or date someone who is 80. It's always looks like. So no matter what, they're going to be over the age of like 21. You know what I mean, give or take. And I don't know. I feel like 12 years old would be the answer to go with here. Now, if you guys agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. But I feel like 12 years old would be the one I'm going to go for. Because like I said, the height, sort of irrelevant. There's definitely makeup to make 12-year-olds, you know, look way older than they are. And, yeah, I don't know. I think 12-year-olds would definitely be the one to go for. You know what I mean? They'd always look young, for starters. And, like I said, there's 12-year-olds out there right now that literally look like they're 16 or 17, you know, 18 even. It's pretty ridiculous nowadays what they look like and how they dress and, you know, stuff like that. So I don't know. I think 12 years old would be the one to go for. And okay, I'm just glad I got the 92% of people to agree with me. I'm happy about that. So yeah, if you guys want to call me a creep for, you know, wanting that, then you go call these 1,171,191 people, and you call them a creep too. Okay, so. Would you rather only listen to bagpipe music or only listen to banjo music? Banjo, without a doubt. Bagpipe, do not like. Although I am like a percentage, you know, Scottish. So, I mean, I don't know. That would play into my heritage, but I feel like banjo would be much more entertaining. So, apparently 72% of the people agree with me as well. So, I'm happy about that. Would you rather eat a container of Flintstones vitamins or drink a bottle of Pepto-Bismol? I thought that said Pepsi. Pepsi-Bismol. What the fuck is Pepsi-Bismol? I do not like the taste of Pepto-Bismol. Never really did. I've had it like once, and if I ever get sick again, I usually just fucking champ it out, man. You know what I mean? I don't use that shit. So Flintstone vitamins, dude, they're just like fucking candy, and they're healthy for you. Now, I feel like they would be probably unhealthy if you ate a whole fucking bottle of them, but at the same time, I don't know. I think that's definitely a better option to go for, and 75% of the people agree with me. Okay, so I have pretty good reasoning, apparently. Would you rather have $150 in quarters or have $100 in paper money? Sort of irrelevant. $150, $100. What would I rather have? $150, obviously. I mean, it's quarters, yes. It would be heavy as fuck, yes. But at the same time, you just take it to the bank and you get paper money. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? No-brainer. Would you rather always have mud in your shoes or always have a pebble in your shoe? Yep. Always have mud in your shoes. In your shoes or on your shoes? In your shoes, it looks like. So, or just have a pebble in your shoe. That again, no-brainer. Why the fuck would I want mud in my shoe? It's just a pebble. You know what I mean? It's just, sure, they hurt. They're uncomfortable sometimes. I get that. You know what I mean? You gotta stop middle of the sidewalk when you're walking, and you gotta empty your shoe. But at the same time, mud in your shoe would not be good. You know what I mean? You'd have like fucking, your feet would be all like chafed, and it would be really uncomfortable, and your feet would like definitely start to hurt after a while, as opposed to one little pebble in your shoe. So that's what we're gonna go with. I don't know. If you had 1 hour left to live, would you rather spend your last moments with your family or do something crazy that you've always been too scared to do? Okay. If I only had 1 hour left to live, man, fuck. I mean, I think like, you know, Sentinel Penthel? Yeah, I know how to talk. The Sentinel, you know, how do I say this? The logical thing would be to spend the last moments with your family, you know, stuff like that. But at the same time, what if you do something crazy with your family? You know what I mean? That you've been always too scared to do, like go skydiving or, you know, something like that. You know what I mean? I think that would be definitely the right approach, because it'd be like one last thrill. You'd still be spending time with your family if your family went with you. Now, if your family couldn't go with you, then I would probably go with this one. You know what I mean? Me personally, not too much of a family man. So everything's telling me to sort of go with this one. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm just going to be looked down upon if I don't pick this one. So we're going to pick this one for safety reasons. All right. And it's 50-50. Even though I do have the majority here in terms of number of people, it is still 50-50. So, like I said, if this was an option to do something crazy that you've always been too scared to do and like do it with your family, like if they came in the plane with you when you went skydiving or bungee jumping or, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not saying they do bungee jumping or skydiving too, you know, I'm just saying be there, then I would pick this one, right? I would definitely pick this one, but there's no family here at all, so I wasn't really sure. And we're just going to go with family just to be safe, okay? So you guys don't crucify me. Would you rather be in a no-named rock band or be wildly popular kids band like the Wiggles? Yep. All right, we're going to go with that. No need for an explanation there, guys. Would you rather have the complete box set of Dexter or have the complete box set of Breaking Bad? Very big fan of both shows. Dexter is an amazing show that was on HBO or Showtime, whatever you guys want to say. Very awesome show. Now, after season 4, the show did lose some of its quality, unfortunately, but it was still good nonetheless, like season 6. Season 7 was, you know, it's sort of decent. Season 5, didn't really like it at all. Season 6, like I said, everything up until season 4 was amazing, and then season 5 was sort of a letdown. Season 6 picked it back up, and then 7 and 8, especially 8 with the finale, was horrible in my opinion. Did not like it whatsoever. So we're going to go with the complete box set of Breaking Bad. 5 seasons compared to 8, but way better quality, amazing TV throughout the entire series. So we're going to go with Breaking Bad. And 63% of the people agree with me. So we have some Walter White fans, people. We do, okay? I like both. Like I said, I would rather have both. You know what I mean? But Breaking Bad would be my option if I had to choose. No disrespect to Dexter. Would you rather instantly learn the piano perfectly or instantly learn the guitar perfectly? The guitar would definitely be my option here. Big fan of the piano. I already know how to play some things on the piano, but as far as the guitar goes, I only know a few chords, you know, stuff like that. I only know a few things that I can do on the guitar, but I'm not very good at them, you know what I mean? So I think the guitar would be definitely the best one to go with, and it's much more natural to me, you know what I mean, than a piano. I think the guitar is definitely the better option for me. Personally. So 61% of the people agree with me. Okay, so what are we on for time here? All right, so we're going to end it up after probably 2 more questions, okay? So would you rather burp extremely loudly every 30 seconds, so burp every 30 seconds, or let out a smelly, long-lasting fart every 5 minutes? Well, a long-lasting. So would that long-lasting last the entire 5 minutes? Because if it did, then you're essentially just, you know, constantly smelling a very, very foul fart. You know what I mean? But at the same time, burps don't really smell. That wouldn't hinder your senses and stuff like that. But it is every 30 seconds. But I think I would go with burp. You know what I mean? Because if this is a let-out, smelly, long-lasting fart every 5 minutes, if it's long-lasting, how long is long-lasting? You know what I mean? Is that a minute? Is that 2 minutes? Is that 5 minutes? If it's 5 minutes, it doesn't really make sense to want to do that. Because then you'll be in just a constant smell of disgustingness, right? Like literally you don't get a break from it, but at least you get a 30-second break in between burps. Although that would be fucking annoying and I would most likely kill myself. But all right, one last question, everybody. Would you rather be the head chef on a luxury cruise liner or be the head chef in the White House? Okay, so this would be definitely pretty cool. Okay, so the White House, no disrespect to the White House whatsoever. I am Canadian, not really too big of a fan, you know, of all that stuff. I don't really think that it's, you know, necessary to be a chef in the White House. Although luxury cruise would be cool as fuck because you would essentially be able to go anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? You're on a cruise, right? Wherever the boat goes, you go. And I think you'd definitely be able to see more places and everything like that. I think the cruise would be definitely the best place to go. But apparently I'm stupid. So, you know what? It is what it is. Let's do one last question. Okay? So, would you rather speak every language except the language of the country you're currently in? Or speak only the language of the country you're in, but know the meaning of every single word in that language? Speak only the language of the country that you're in, but know the meaning of every single word in that language. Well, I mean, that's already the life I live, so I would just rather go like that, wouldn't you? I mean, wouldn't I think isn't that smart, right? I mean, that would cover United States, that would cover Canada, that would cover, the United Kingdom, right? That would cover most of the world, because most of the world honestly speaks English, right? So, or I guess not most of the world, but I mean, we have like Australia, we have the UK, we have Canada, we have the US, a very large percentage of the world speaks English. So I think that would be the best one to go with. And yeah, that's that. Okay, so would you rather perform petty thievery for a living or perform grand larceny for a living? I'm going to go with petty thievery. Or thievery, rather. Then again, you know what I mean? Then again, alright, let's just do that. In the many U.S. states and formerly in Britain, theft of personal property having a value above a legally specified amount. Okay, so would you rather either, steal little things like bread or, milk or, petty things, or would you rather steal big things that have really big value? Well, you'd think you'd go with that one, wouldn't it? That would be worth way more money. Anyway, that's it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit the video up with a like and everything like that. All that's good. Subscribe if you haven't already. What is this? Would you rather jump off a 2-story roof or take a sandwich tackle from 3 rugby players? I mean, it's rugby, right? So I mean, you wouldn't really die. Jump off a 2-story roof, probably wouldn't die either, but you'd probably hurt a lot more things than this. So we're gonna go with that. Anyway, that's that, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Like I said, subscribe if you haven't already. It would really help out the channel a lot. And yeah, leave me in the comment section below if you guys agree with anything. If you guys want to see more Would You Rather, I'm definitely down for bringing it with you. Or bringing it to you, rather. Would you want to see me maybe crop this section out and put it over some gameplay next time? And I can definitely do that as well. Let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.